details. Husbands, understand that it's about the details for your wife. Can you catch that? And so she's very colorful. It's the coloring book. Like you're the coloring book with the lines, and then she covers the colors after. She fills it in with the color. Key for the wife. Let me explain this. Men define their self-worth through their ability to achieve results and accomplishments. Okay? God put inside of a man, he's got to do something. He's got to accomplish something. And if he doesn't, when men lose their jobs, they feel really bad. Because they are built to accomplish and succeed. Wives, learn to be his biggest cheerleader. Learn to be his biggest cheerleader for all his accomplishments. Women define their sense of self by feelings and the quality of her relationships. Others being a key word. Key for the husband, be the other. Women are interested in people and feelings. Men are more interested in things and objects. That's why, like the first iPhone that comes out, usually it's the guy that's like, you know, let me get this. It's coming out. Men think internally, like I told you, women think externally. You ever wonder why women remember a lot more than men? Anybody ever encounter that? The women remember more. Why? Photographic memory? Check it out. In the memory of a woman, they attach it to feelings. Men do not usually attach their memories to feelings. It is much easier to bring up a feeling than an event, unless it's life-changing. And that is the reason why women can remember a long time ago. It's because it's attached to a feeling. It's like the joke where the one guy was telling the other guy, says, my wife gets... when we have an argument, my wife gets historical. And he says, you mean hysterical? She gets hysterical. He says, no, historical. Because she brings up the past 30 years. Expression. All right. Now, let's see, where is it? Here it is. How men and women express themselves. It's out. I don't really fish. When women talk to their husbands, it's very important that you tell them what it is that you need and what it is that you're trying to get to. What happens in complaints a lot is that the man has to fish for what she's trying to say. She's talking about all kinds of stuff that doesn't seem to be related to anything. No, not yet. And sometimes one of the biggest frustrations for the husband is this the problem? Keep fishing. Is this the problem?
Keep fishing for years.
Keep fishing. Men need, like I said, men need direction. When you can tell your husband what it is that's wrong, you will lessen that frustration of having to fish. Because he wants to meet your needs. He wants to be the knight in shining armor. He wants to be there for you. But he can't if he doesn't know how. Right, exactly. Now, women, or wives, in general, these are all the way from Delaware. Oh, did I get you, John? Sister? Women are like fragile And husbands, you do understand that women are not men. And so if the men are not careful, you'll talk to your wife like you're talking to another guy. That's good? I'm glad. This is how it works. You love her, you care about her, you want to be there for her, but she's a fragile egg. And you are Captain Kirk of the USS Enterprise. Thor 3. Woman, I am Thor. I have come from another world. Oh, it cracked. But if you're not careful, I'm going to let you know this right now. This is very, very epidemic. We've talked to countless couples that the wife has stopped opening up to their husband because they've been hurt over and over and over again. Because the man is not being sensitive to who God made the wife. And is being overbearing and dominating. I'm the man. And that wife that God gave for the husband to love and to care for, if she's constantly trying to open up and get hurt by his rashness and not being careful of loving the way she needs to be loved, that's what happens. The egg gets smashed. So we have to understand doing that. Understand that the human need for people is the same, but how to receive these human needs to each is different. Now you'll notice real quick here in this category, and maybe this will make sense to you now, a little bit more. Now, I already went through these real quick kind of thing, but I'm going to zoom through the next one. You'll notice that in these categories here, you'll find kind of a pattern. You'll see that for the human needs, the top part is the woman, and the bottom is the men. The top, you have openness, honesty, in each of these categories, right? Attention, respect, commitment, affection. Does anybody see a pattern for the guy? But does that make a little bit more sense? Why? It's there on every category. It's because it builds up his inside in every area of life. Does that make sense? All right. Men and women speak differently. They view things differently. They have different needs, but neither is better than the other. They're just different. Like that. I think last time I was here I said this, but I thought it was really funny how if you go into a regular department store, you go and you look for the women's department. Woo, good luck. I'll see you in a little while. Because they have the intimates, and then they have the activewear, and they have like 5 different departments for the women. And then you go to the men's department, and I've had to ask, I said, wow, this is a lot this is big, really great, you know. Do you have a men's department? And she's like, yeah. Wait, that corner way back there? Is this a woman's only store? No, big store for everyone. Yeah, that corner way over there. That's all they need. Yeah, that's all they need, you know. But many people enter marriage or even have the mentality that when they get into a marriage or a relationship, that they want to change who the other person is. God doesn't want to change you. God wants to use you. And for the wife that continually has a lot of complaints that they want the men to change, or the wife, or the men for the wife to change, that's not going to happen. It's a matter of changing your perspective. It's like that. It's like the joke of the woman was having it was a young bride, and she was at a rehearsal for her wedding, and she was nervous, having a hard time remembering what to do. And the minister said, "Don't be worried. It'll be fine. Don't be so nervous. Just do the things that I tell you to do, and you'll be fine." And he says, "Look, see this aisle? This is what you're going to do. You're going to walk up the aisle. Just carefully walk up the aisle." She's like, "Okay, aisle. Remember, aisle." And when you get all the way, see the altar up there? I want you to go all the way there and stop there. Okay? She's like, okay, so altar. And then I want you to turn to the one that you're going to marry forever. The one that loves you and you love. Turn to him. She's thinking, him. Oh, him. If I can just remember these three things, I'll be all right. And so the next day, she was even more nervous than before. And so she's going, and then all of a sudden that music. And all of a sudden, she's like, okay, what do I do? Okay. And she starts to walk, and she keeps repeating out loud so she's not nervous, and she knows what to do. I'll alter him. I'll alter him. I'll alter him. And they're shaking their heads. This is not going to last. I'll alter. Change. Alter. Albert Einstein said men marry women with the hope they will never change. Women marry men with the hope that they will change. Invariably, they are both disappointed. All right. I want you to tell me what you see. Okay? But don't shout it out. All right? Just tell me what you see. Right now, you see nothing. I'm going to have somebody raise their hand. Okay. Somebody tell me what you saw.
An orange dot.
A red, orange. Okay. Raise your hand if you saw the red or orange. That's what you saw. Okay. So the other people that are not raising their hand, what did you see? Different colored out? It's amazing how many people don't say, I saw the big white space. They automatically go to that little tiny dot. Everybody has each husband and wife have their own perspectives. It's not wrong. There was an orange-red dot there. But there was also a lot of white space there too. But most people don't see that. Let me ask you this. How many people did God have Moses send into Canaan land? Anybody remember? There was spies that were sent into Canaan land. How many were there? 12. 10 came back with a Bible said evil report. 2 came back with a positive report. The 10 came back and said, we are like grasshoppers. They're like giants. We can't do it. The other 2 said, through God we can. Vaya con Dios, see? And so it's like, we can do it. Who was right? The 2 that said that God can, right?
The other guys were also right.
They were all.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones was right too.
He hit it right on the head. They were both right.
Yeah.
They were both right. For how many years did they not go into the promised land? 40. But then after those cats died, Jacob and who was the other one? Joshua and Caleb, they were still alive.
Yeah.
And then what happened? They got to go in. So they were both right. You have two different perspectives on things. Two different perspectives. What do you see? What do you see?
It's two things. That man sucking his palm and his face.
A man with a saxophone and a face. Both right. What do you see here?
I see different perspectives.
How many see a duck?
Rabbit.
How many see a rabbit? Both.
That's an abomination.